Hi Pisces, how are you guys? You guys are last, but certainly not least. Alright, so let's have a look at your reading, Pisces. And this is just for this week, okay? And this is a love reading, romance, that sort of thing. Okay, root of the reading, King of Wands. Okay, it's exciting. Recent past energy is the Page of Swords. Okay, communication. Present energy is the world. Okay, wow. Challenge and the focus is the Three of Cups reverse. Same thing for Libra. Conscious thoughts and or desires is the Ten of Pentacles. Alright, this is definitely going to be an intensive read. Alright. King of Wands, energy in the distant past. This is a character this is a particular character. I want to see what they're all about and what they were. Five of Cups. So this could have been somebody that maybe didn't fully value you. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of regret and emotion surrounding this particular person. They possibly provided a semi-happy or semi-unhappy or both living situation, right? And I don't know, I just feel like you have a lot of regrets around this person. You just do. They weren't always the best thing. And I'm hoping that this person's either different or this is somebody that you moved on from. All right, so let's have a look at why the King of Wands energy is in the distant past. Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like some of you guys, this was possibly an ex or someone that you knew from a while back that maybe they're not the worst person in the world, but they certainly weren't perfect for you. And I feel like, this energy was in the distant past because maybe a new opportunity came about. Okay? A new opportunity arose in the distant past. And you decided to go to take this new opportunity. That's just what I'm seeing here. I feel like this King of Wands character, there's just a lot of regret that you have around this person. Or maybe that this person has a lot of regrets themselves. Like a lot of things just didn't go a certain way. Maybe they were kind of controlling too. Like there's just something around this King of Wands character that they were dynamic, and I think they taught you a lot of things about life, just like life lessons. But I'm not saying that they weren't your soulmate or that they aren't even a soulmate. I'm just saying that they just didn't really fully value you. Like they just didn't, or they just, it just wasn't really the best sort of situation. It just wasn't. So in the recent past, I do see here that there's some communication, possibly around manifesting something new. Okay, so I feel like you or this person, or maybe this new person, right? I want to know, is this person still in your life or no? Page of Pentacles reversed. I feel like even if they are in your life, you have already let the situation go, right? Or they're not in your life at all, right? So if they are in your life, then you're still following your heart. You're possibly dealing with someone else. And if they aren't in your life, then this is just someone that for some reason they're tied to a cycle in your life, a long one. Okay, they taught you life lessons. So in the recent past, though, we have you guys communicating, possibly learning about something, talking, and this is possibly around someone else. So this is someone else of an earthy nature or of a more grounded nature. So they don't even have to be an earth sign. They're just much more grounded than this other person. And I feel like this situation was good, right? It did take time to get off the ground. I'm seeing here, like with the Magician here, not falling out upright fully. I think it took time to kind of get to where it is now. And it possibly started off maybe an online thing because the Page of Swords, it's just communication going back and forth. But love grew, and now I feel like it's a lot more stable than what you had before. Even though what you had before, it was there for a lot longer, and you probably went through a lot more with this person, but something around this connection just left you feeling like you lacked, or they made you feel like you weren't enough, you know? And I'm not saying like unintentionally. This is like this person went out of their way to make you feel like you were not enough. And or they did a lot of things that showed you that you just didn't matter to them. And you may have developed, or you may, if this is somebody from like your childhood, then you may have developed issues, you know, with your self-worth because of this person. Or they taught you how to really value yourself, let's say in a more spiritual way. They taught you how to value yourself through them devaluing you. But if this was some situation, I feel like for a lot of you guys, especially if you're a woman or even a man, this is a father figure. This is a father figure, you know, and I can say that he was a father because he did do certain things that were fatherly. Like, I'm not necessarily seeing someone who is like super abusive, but I am seeing someone who took liberties and someone who just, but they're not always, for not all of you guys, it's not a father character, but for some of you guys it is, right? They just, I don't know how to describe it. And I feel like for Pisces, you know what I'm talking about. You know who the person is, and you're like, yeah, I know who that is. You know, it's just, you just accept them for who they are, but like, this isn't my guy. You know, this isn't the one. You met someone else here in the recent past. A lot of communication went back and forth. It's growing. It's becoming more steady, more stable, more grounded. This is a much more grounded connection. Much more grounded. I mean, very grounded. I mean, this person probably has way more stable moods than this other person too. Like, even emotionally more grounded than this other situation here. So let's have a look at why we had this Page of Swords energy come in the recent past. Because of the Ace of Wands, I really feel like with that Ace of Pentacles coming in the distant past, I think you wanted to build a new life for yourself, and you wanted something solid and more real. And wherever this other person was concerned, and don't get me wrong, they're important. Wherever this other person was concerned, it wasn't enough for you. It wasn't solid enough for you. But still, I feel like they linger in your mind, and they kind of like, there are certain things that they've kind of instilled in you. It still affects you, and it's even affecting this connection to the point where you're not able to fully manifest it because there's certain aspects of this person that are still stuck in your psyche. It's still stuck in your psyche. It is. So the situation in the recent past, it was just a lot of going back and forth and talking. And the reason why was because your belief systems needed to change a little bit. Your values, not that they needed to change because they were bad, but just because they didn't fully help you realize yourself. You know, they're very limiting, kind of toxic. All right, but you're putting an end to that, and you have been putting an end to that. You have been making a lot of changes. But for some reason, this person's still in the root of your reading, and they're in the root of your reading for a reason. And it's so much in the root of your reading, it's so strong that this new person here, this new connection here, is showing up as the Page of Swords. It's showing up so small, right? Because this situation was so big. Or this connection here in the distant past was so big. So the present energy is the world. We're ready. Pisces, I feel like we've been talking about concluding a cycle for a while for Pisces. And now graduated from your conscious thoughts and your desires, and then move down to your present energy. So here we go. Are we going to complete this cycle together? Let's complete it. Let's complete the cycle. Let's complete the cycle. Okay? This is a tough cycle, right? This was a really tough cycle. We're putting an end to it, and we're moving on. All right, 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. This was long-standing, long. We're moving on. 8 of Wands, we're moving on. All right, so let's see what the cycle was around. The 9 of Wands, I feel like whatever this was, whoever this person was, they are exhausting, or they were exhausting for you to deal with. Or just something around like the way that they were, and even their energy's even showing up again in the world. Wand energy. This person's energy is just very exhausting. You know, they're just very like, it must be exhausting to be you, because just me interacting with you is exhausting. So I imagine what it is to be you, how exhausting it is to be you, be like, bro. So this is possibly a cycle around just being overwhelmed and just having to shoulder so much in love and having to deal with so much, like dealing with somebody who is just really negative and they put you down, but then you get up and you still love them, and then they put you down and you get up and you still love them. Like, I feel like you're kind of going through a little bit of torture, you know, like when you think about it now, it was a little treacherous, you know, but I feel like it wasn't that. I'm not making it out to sound like this person, and it's not like I'm trying to appease anybody. I'm just like, this is just the way my guides are getting this message across to me. I'm not feeling somebody who was this awful human being that should not exist. And there's some people who just shouldn't exist, honestly. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some people should not exist. This person wasn't necessarily that way. They just were a lesson more than really a blessing. You get me? Like, they were just really more of a lesson in your life. All right? So, and I feel so bad to say that about somebody. Yeah, they're saying, yep. They were just really more of a lesson than a blessing. I'm really sorry to say that about somebody's child, but that's what I'm seeing, baby. I really feel bad. So let's see why this cycle is concluding. Two of Pentacles reversed. I think you're done. I think you're done with like going up and down. I feel like this person's energy or this situation here, it's very up and down and up and down, and I think you're just tired of it. You know, and you know, it's just really hard for you to keep going in this way. And I also think that you've chosen a way. You've chosen a path now. You've also chosen a path. You've decided what you want. And you can't take both of it with you. Yeah. Chariot. So if you don't conclude this cycle around this King of Wands archetype, you will just it will just make the journey to love a lot harder. When you could just conclude it and you could just be right on your way. Okay? Conscious thoughts, let's do conscious thoughts and desires. Conscious thoughts and desires is 10 of Pentacles. I think you're thinking about everything you built with this person. You know, this 10 of Pentacles is like 10 years. 10 of Pentacles is like family, blessings, material things, homes, that sort of thing. Why is this on your mind? Why is home and stuff on your mind? Three of Swords. Whatever this conclusion is, it requires a separation. But also I feel like whatever this 10 of Pentacles represents in your life, there is some pain that is associated with this person, with this character, or with these people, or with whatever it is that you built that you have to heal. There's a lot of root chakra pain that you need to heal, and that's why it's on your mind. I feel like you're processing a lot of like the hurts. All right, and the reason why, 4 of Swords, natural, 4 Swords, it's like you have to heal. That's the reason why you're processing it. So challenge is a 3 of Cups reversed. I feel like this old person and this new person cannot coexist. This old character and whoever this new character is, they're like a party of 3 with you. Like, even though some of you guys could still be dealing with this person from the distant past, and it's becoming a problem. You know, maybe you're still talking to them, or you could still be doing a lot more than just talking to them. And it's a problem now because whatever this new situation is that you know is better for you, that you know is better suited for you, it can't move forward until you let the situation go. Until you probably break it off with this old person, or you stop sleeping with them, or whatever it is that you're doing with them, right? But then for others of you guys, if this isn't somebody that you even slept with, you know, if this is somebody that, I don't know, you just, maybe somebody who raised you, or someone who like was just there for you for a long time and they just impacted your psyche, then you just having this person around you is getting in the way of this new relationship. It's somehow, it is getting in the way of this connection. It just is. It just is. Okay? So, yeah. So this is a challenge around love, you know? You're not going to be able to fully follow your heart with this person in your head. I feel like it's more like they're in your head more than anything else. But even when you have them around you, they're in your head. You know what judgment you need to make. So you need to make the right judgment, Pisces. You really do. Because you've got something else here that you manifested that's better suited for you. That's more of a blessing than a lesson. And you've got something else around you that you already have, and you've had for a while, that is more of a lesson than a blessing. And you gotta choose. Because three's a crowd at this point. 3 is too much. Alright, let's have a look at why the 3 of Cups energy is a challenge and it's reversed. 6 of Swords. Yeah, you gotta move on. You know, I feel like whoever this person was here, there was a lot of tumultuous, argumentative, you know, that sort of, the crazy energy, and you gotta move on from that. Like, honestly, you gotta choose peace. Like, whoever it is that you're connecting with now is very peaceful, or the situation is very peaceful. And it's something that I feel like some of you Pisces have never dealt with before. It is so out of your jurisdiction. But you can't bring in chaos into this. It just won't match. It's not a vibrational match. It's going to keep you stuck. It's going to keep you struggling along the way. Just make your life easier and cut this out. Your life will be so much easier without this. You don't need to put up with shit that makes your life hard. You don't. Okay, so near future energy. Let's see what's going on by the end of the week. The Knight of Swords. Okay, so that's some action being taken. Knights are movement energy, so this is movement happening here. This is going on for Taurus too. Some of you guys, if you're dealing with a Taurus, it could have been somebody else too that had this energy as well. But Taurus energy, that's in Taurus's reading too. And the King of Pentacles is Taurian. So, you know, if you're dealing with a Taurus, you might be showing up in the reading, or, you know, you could be helping a Taurus right now. I don't know. But anyways, Knight of Swords. So let's have a look-see at what exactly this could be. 6 of Wands. So this is taking confident action in the direction that you want to go in, making changes in a confident way to raise your confidence, to raise your value, okay? Letting go of certain things, communicating certain things, cutting certain things out, habits, things that just take your energy away. I really feel like you're moving away from something. And you're starting to take the steps that you need to take to move away from something. Okay. I feel like this reading was very centered around you. Especially if you are, yeah, King of Cups reversed. It was very much centered around you. Especially if you are, you know, air and water, then this is very much centered around you. But, you know, this other person, if this is someone new that you're connecting with, I feel like it's something that you kind of have to do by yourself. Like, you really kind of maybe have to, you know. But you'll see. You'll see how it plays out. Like, you're not going to be alone. You're never alone. But you're going to see how it plays out. But there is some action being taken. There is some action being taken. Yeah. Whatever this is, it causes you to close your heart off and feel cheated and whatever. Like, I don't know. This could be like emotions. This could be worrying. But this worry doesn't come from nowhere. Like, and the source is right down here. And I'm not a victim of, you know, a person of blaming people for all their problems. I don't think that you should do that either. But I feel like if you manifested somebody because of a belief that you had that was very toxic and very negative, and now that you conclude that cycle around that belief, then naturally people are going to fall away from your life. And I feel like that's what's happening. But it's more like, it's happening in a little bit of a slightly more aggressive way, but it's not something that I see you feeling bad about. I feel like you're just going to let it happen. Let's have a look at why the Knight of Swords energy comes in the near future, actually. And it comes in because the Page of Cups. So there could be an apology, or it could be new love. Page of Cups could be new love as well. The Knight of Wands. Okay. Wow. and the Fool. Wow. So there's some movement wants to be made. Change wants to happen. I mean, death has been hanging out. I have seen death in every single person's reading. At least shuffling the cards, it's wanted to come out everywhere. In everyone's reading, I've seen death. And I feel like there is some sort of massive ending that is occurring. I mean, death is Pluto. It's Scorpio, but it's Plutonian. And we're highly going through a lot of Plutonian things right now, especially this week. I think something's going on with Pluto this week, right? And so that is why a lot of these changes are being facilitated. A lot of this movement and love is being facilitated in a positive way because we're shedding and we're letting go of toxicity, you know? And also Saturn's doing something else too. And Saturn is the world. Saturn is also power, you know, but it can be toxic too. It's when power goes toxic, but also power is taken back. So there's something going on in that dynamic. So we're going to see a lot of world energy and death energy and that sort of thing. So I feel like there's, in this case here, I really feel like you're letting go of something from your distant past that was extremely just not very beneficial for you. I feel like as you grew older, and as time went on, it stopped being so toxic, but the damage was already done in the distant past that it affected your psyche. It did. So you gotta heal, because I feel like you're not gonna feel like you're ready to take a leap of faith until you move on. So there's something that you're cutting out. Some change here. The Knight of Swords, it could even be you taking on this energy and becoming this Knight of Swords, right, and doing something. But this is inspired action, and it's action towards a goal. It is the Knight of Swords. You can't stop him. If you try to get in the way, he's gonna cut your head off. Like, even if he's not even trying to, because that's just the moment. He's the fastest moving knight. He moves faster than the Knight of Wands. That's how fast he moves. So this is something that you're ready. You know where you're going. You know what you want. You're just gonna do it. You're just gonna do it. Okay. Decisions being made. Movements being made. So you can cut out something else. So here we go. Amethyst. Revealing your true self. That's your advice for the week. Okay. Revealing your true self. As you allow others to know the real you, you'll feel loved for who you truly are. So I really feel like some of you guys are taking action to remove things that block you from being who you really are. And here's your advice: to just be who you are. Just be who you are. I feel like whatever this person was before, some of you guys, this person just wouldn't let you be who you were. That was just simple. They would just not let you be who you were, or you felt like you had to change in order to have this person in your life. But now you've got someone new in your life that appreciates you. You manifested this person. You manifested them from you. So now it is safe for you to be who you are. And you need to just keep being who you are. Because, hello, no one should have to hide who they are for anybody else. There is not a human being on this planet that is worth you hiding and dulling your sparkle for them. Fuck them. There's not a single, I don't care if it's your grandma, nobody is in that chair that can tell you who to be and how to think and what to wear and what to eat. Nobody has that power. Not a damn soul. If you're alive, you don't have a fucking right to tell anybody else who to be. Okay? And you need to keep reminding yourself of that. Because this new person, this new situation here, is so much better suited for you. So much better. Some of you guys have already met this person. And especially if you met them online, you know, recently or in the recent past. And this could be this person that's positive, that's better for you. But even if you haven't really met this person, you're taking steps to meet this person, and you're going to meet them through being who you really are. And they're going to love Pisces to pieces. I mean, who the fuck doesn't like Pisces? Pisces is just such an amazing sign. Like, you guys are so amazing and so inspiring. Like, I know so many Pisces. I am a Pisces rising and moon. And every Pisces I meet is so intriguing. It's like I just want to know more and more and more about them. I can't get enough of them. And it's like, you are so special, and there are so many people who are going to meet you and who are going to be like, oh my god, where the fuck have you been? So if there's someone in your distant past who maybe they're not there anymore but they still hang around, that made you feel like you weren't important, or that you were weird, or that you needed to change, they didn't know themselves and they were scared themselves. But you know what? you were born to be who you are. So go ahead and do that, Pisces. All right. And for those of you guys who are connecting with someone, I see movement here. But movement here is happening because you're just saying, fuck it. I'm just going to be who the fuck I am. Enough is enough. All right, Pisces, that's what I have for you. I'm the Spiritual Barbie. Thanks so much for joining. I have other videos up for this week. And I also am posting monthly twin flame reading. Go ahead and check that out. Twin flame journey. Yeah, I'm going to sign out. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.